Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and after Manchester United tied West Ham today in the FA Cup, after Robin van Persie tied it in the dying minutes, an interesting debate sort of happening on Twitter, which was if you had to pick one striker to fill in your team sheet, and you can only pick one of them, would you pick Luis Suarez or would you pick Robin van Persie? Now, I realize each player does something completely different for their side. Luis Suarez is not only a creator, but he's also judged with scoring all the goals, while Robin van Persie actually has to carry the bulk of the scoring alone with his great finishing. Although they're two totally different types of striker, each side has been dependent upon them for points this season and mostly all the goals. I don't know where Manchester United and Liverpool would be without Luis Suarez and Robin van Persie, but it's safe to say they will not be in the position that they are in the league without them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my case for Luis Suarez over Robin van Persie, and then I'm going to make my case for Robin van Persie actually being better than Luis Suarez. So right now, I'm going to take off this stupid hoodie, and just for a moment, throw on my Luis Suarez jersey. You know why? Because Luis Suarez is actually better than Robin van Persie, and I've got the facts to prove it. Starting off, we have a couple key areas that I'm looking at for each striker since they're attackers. I looked at their stats on EPLindex.com, and we don't really care about defensive stats because they're not defenders. Their passing stats are basically a wash. So creativity and attacking are two areas that I think we would all agree are central to any striker and any attacker's success. And if we're just looking at those two key areas alone, then Luis Suarez totally blows Robin van Persie out of the water. Yes, Robin van Persie has one more goal this season. Robin van Persie is on 16 goals in the Premier League, while Luis Suarez is on 15 goals. But here's the key thing. Luis Suarez has created more chances for his side and is actually second in the English Premier League to Leighton Baines in terms of overall chances created. Luis Suarez has created 56 chances, while Robin van Persie has only created 39. Luis Suarez is creating more chances at a better clip, 179 chances per clear-cut chance created actually, while Robin van Persie in terms of clear-cut chances, 185.1. So Luis Suarez is creating more clear-cut chances, 10-9, more chances overall, and actually has a better crossing accuracy, has attempted more dribbles at a more successful rate than Robin van Persie. So in terms of creation, Luis Suarez is our man. Now in terms of goals, it's a miracle that Luis Suarez even has 15 goals this season because he's had to lead basically the entire line. Stuart Downing and Raheem Sterling have been the only other players really featured out wide behind Luis Suarez. And they haven't exactly returned the same amount of goals as Luis Suarez has this season. So it's incredible, really, really incredible to me, a Luis Suarez supporter, to see him go out there game in and game out, and yes, he's basically the only striker for Liverpool, so he's playing every single match. It's not like Manchester United where they have a dearth of strikers. Oh, let's just throw on Danny Welbeck. Oh, when Wayne Rooney's healthy, let's just throw on Wayne Rooney. No, Luis Suarez is the only option for Liverpool, and yet he's returned 15 goals while playing every single match. If Robin van Persie played half of the matches that Luis Suarez has played, he'd probably be injured by now. Oh, and Luis Suarez just happens to finish more clear-cut chances. Robin van Persie has actually missed more clear-cut chances this season than Luis Suarez. So people are saying, oh, RVP is the better finisher, Luis Suarez is a shit finisher. Well, look at the stats. In terms of clear-cut chances created, Luis Suarez is cooler ahead under goal. So there you have it for Luis Suarez. Not only does he do more for Liverpool, he's under pressure more at Liverpool. He creates more for Liverpool, scores all their goals at almost a better clip than Robin van Persie. That is Luis Suarez better than Robin van Persie. But I think you could make an argument for the other guy, because let's face it, he is the English Premier League's leading scorer. Robin van Persie, 20 goals in all competitions for United this year, and I think it'd be safe to say that not only is he better than Luis Suarez, but second to Falcao, he's probably the best striker in the entire world. Now you can talk about how Luis Suarez creates all these chances for Liverpool, but in the end it's creating the best chances possible, and Robin van Persie creates higher quality chances at a higher clip than Luis Suarez does overall. Out of Luis Suarez's 56 chances created, only 10 of them, a paltry 10 of them, have been clear-cut chances, meaning chances that you should score every single time. Meanwhile, Robin van Persie, he's created a total of 39 chances, 9 of them have been clear-cut. So you could tell me that Luis Suarez creates all these chances, but in terms of actual chances created that are better suited for players to score on, Robin van Persie does that better. He creates higher quality over quantity. And if we're talking about goals, Robin van Persie's got a ton of them. Yeah, 16 goals, more than Suarez. Oh, and he's actually a better finisher. Yeah, he's a better finisher, I know. It's very surprising, yes, considering all the chances Luis Suarez has missed this season. You can probably count them. Actually, I would need multiple hands and toes to count all of them. Robin Van Persie, not so much. Robin Van Persie's chance conversion rate is 25%, which is elite. Not many other strikers in the world could ever top that in the English Premier League. If you have a chance conversion rate between 25 and 30%, you're playing out of your mind bonkers. You are an elite finisher. Basically, Robin Van Persie is doing way more with less. It's taken Luis Suarez 92 shots to get to 15 goals. Robin Van Persie, only 63 shots to get to 15 goals. So not only is Robin Van Persie a more efficient goal scorer overall, but he's more efficient when it comes to creating chances. So, with all that being said, I'm going to take the jerseys off and make my final judgment. Basically, it comes down to this. Do you want Robin Van Persie's elite finishing, or do you want Luis Suarez's elite creativity and now solid finishing? Luis Suarez is certainly a better finisher than he was last year and even 2 months ago. That finishing percentage is constantly going up, but at the end of the day, it cannot match Robin Van Persie's. Now, I don't have any objective metric to measure this, but I can assume on the open market, elite finishing would command a higher wage and a higher transfer fee than elite creativity. And I'm just somebody who, after watching Luis Suarez and watching Liverpool suffer for about 2 years now because they have yet to have an elite finisher, I'm just somebody who prizes elite finishing over elite creativity. And my nod is going to have to go to Robin Van Persie. So you can't even get on me for Liverpool bias here. I'm picking the United guy over Luis Suarez. That's not taking anything away from Luis Suarez at all. He's an incredible creator, an improving finisher, a top player, one of the best in the world. But it's just that if I'm putting a striker up top for my match today, I'm picking Robin Van Persie because I know if he gets one chance, he's going to absolutely nail it. But if you want to spin this into a different argument where you want to say, oh, what striker would you have for the next 5 years? Well, given Robin Van Persie's age and his history with injuries, and given Luis Suarez's lack of history with injuries and his age, I think Suarez is only 25, you would take Suarez in a drop of the hat. But right now, today, on this day, I'm taking Robin Van Persie over Luis Suarez. Give me your thoughts, given the arguments that I just gave down below, and any other points to the arguments you can make down below in the comments. Who would you take, Robin Van Persie or Luis Suarez?